high-level papers were presented, divided into 4 sub-themes: investing in sustainability in a context of fragility, striking the balance between the use of labor, technology, and sustainability to drive decent jobs. The third sub-area was creating more resilient urban infrastructure and communities. And the last sub-theme was maximizing the social impact of infrastructure, chaired by the Honorable Sani, from the Minister of Urban Kianka, Minister of Public Services and Labour, Republic of Rwanda. Mr. Ongu, the Director General of the ILO, and Dr. Mobokazi, the head of made most participating countries and issued a statement that reaffirmed their commitment to promoting skills development and the use of labor-based approaches that contribute also to the 2019 Abidjan Declaration and the AU Agenda 2063. In addition to the opening ceremony, ministerial statements and a closing ceremony, 5 sessions were held. These sessions discussed various angles to maximize the EIIP within the current ever-changing environments, covering topics from resilient communities, green infrastructure and technology to the social impact of infrastructure development. The delegates visited 4 routes, namely Route 1, which was the green spaces for livelihood and well-being, Route 2, which was the infrastructure for inclusion and environmental transformation, and then Route 3, which was the industry, innovation, and public infrastructure, and the last route, Route 4, was skills for resilience and the future work. The field visits once again convinced us that the labor-based approach and its components in terms of green initiatives and nature-based solutions, livelihood support and crisis response, as well as skills and business development, form part of a comprehensive instrument of inclusive and sustainable development that allows citizens to be able to build the basic infrastructure they need and to develop their communities by themselves. The visits also affirmed the immense possibilities of mutual learning and South-South appreciating the support of the Director General, Mr. Gilbert Humble, for putting the seminar and the employment-intensive investment program within the context of global employment action through the statement delivered via video during the opening ceremony, acknowledging that the inadequate and the unequal productive employment opportunities, particularly for young women and men, coupled with the dominant informal economy, remain a major labor market challenge in Africa. Noting the importance of aligning our efforts with the African Union Agenda 2063, which calls for agency and purpose in driving inclusive development across the continent. Recognizing the 2019 Abidjan Declaration and advancing social justice and its plan of action, which were adopted at the 14th ILO regional meeting, which is premised on a human-centered approach and committed to promoting inclusive and sustainable economic development and growth, full and productive, freely chosen employment and decent work for all, affirming that the EIIP approach is a practical tool to advance the vision by creating decent jobs, mobilizing local resources, and empowering communities through participatory governance. By strengthening social capital and building resilience, The EIIP contributes to meaningfully to long-term development, environmental sustainability, and inclusive economic transformation across Africa. Recognizing public-private partnerships present innovative and collaborative opportunities to pool resources, expertise, and networks, addressing the TIVET financing gap effectively. Recognizing that training in construction is essential for improving the employability and the productivity of workers, including through sharing experiences and promoting professional skills and certification through on-site learning, industrial workplace learning approaches such as industrial-based learning, apprenticeships, and recognition of prior learning in construction and other pro-employment sectors. Acknowledging the rapid, unprecedented, and unpredictable changes happening in the contemporary world of work to the ever-increasing advancing of digital technologies and the digital divide, which are creating both new opportunities for and threats to job creation and job quality. Acknowledging that the infrastructure development serves as a significant pathway for inclusive growth, especially in ensuring that construction activities benefit the youth, men and women, and persons with disability. Recognizing that African countries continue to be faced with unprecedented challenges, including increasing food and water insecurity, increasing risk of natural disasters, the effects of climate change, and the protracted conflicts and violence compounded by sluggish economic growth, inflationary pressures, the debt crisis, tariffs, fiscal constraints, high informality, political instability, jobs through the creation of appropriate technologies and the circularity of employment-intensive works fosters localized human-centered approach and promotes the transition to formality, digital and green economies. Recognizing the role of inclusive public procurement and tendering in enforcing decent work and developing communities, fostering micro and small enterprises, and supporting targeted employment of designated groups. Acknowledging that protecting and restoring natural ecosystems through nature-based solutions offers significant job creation potential and promotes just transition, and that applying the employment-intensive approaches to implement these solutions offers valuable opportunities. Noting the importance of urban infrastructure development and its potential for creating green and inclusive jobs, sustainability, and climate solutions. Recognizing the vital role of infrastructure in supporting the education, health, and social sectors, and its direct contribution to human well-being, as well as the potential of employment investments, intensive investments to promote decent work within the care economy. Acknowledging the expanded role of the EIIP approach in fragility and crisis contexts, contributing to state building, supporting displaced persons, strengthening peaceful coexistence between displaced persons and host communities, linking humanitarian response to sustainable development, and creating peace dividends. Recognizing the importance of transparency and fairness in employment programs, addressing abuse, and ensuring that opportunities reach intended beneficiaries to build social value and credibility. Therefore, we pledge to align our national employment programs with sub-regional and regional orientations like the African Union Agenda 2063 and national development priorities, ensuring a coordinated and synergistic approach to drive structural transformation and create decent jobs for all African youth. Integrate and enhance the EIIP approach within our national strategies, policies, and multi-sectoral employment programs in line with our respective developmental and sectorial priorities. Strengthen the capabilities of national, local actors and institutions to design, implement, monitor, and evaluate infrastructure and employment-intensive investment programs, promote policy consistency and inclusiveness, and foster collaboration amongst various implementation and governance structures. Develop and adopt inclusive public procurement policies and policies that encourage the involvement of women, youth, and SMMEs and community-based organizations. Integrate skilling, reskilling, upskilling, and certification and recognition of prior learning into the EIIP and labor-based development projects. Expand employment-intensive green works and nature-based solutions in areas such as soil and water conservation, land restoration, reforestation, irrigation to increase agricultural and livestock productivity, halt environmental degradation, and increase resilience to the effects of climate change and reduce environmental pressures, which are an increasingly important source of conflict on the continent. Encourage entrepreneurship and support small-scale initiatives that lead to the creation of more productive and decent jobs, particularly for youth, women, and crisis-affected populations. Improve mechanisms for social dialogue and public participation in policy making and implementation processes, ensuring policies are responsive to the needs and expectations of target groups. Integrate gender-sensitive policies in EIIP and developmental projects, including measures to support workers with care responsibilities, to promote equal opportunities and reduce gender disparity in labor market. Foster an environment that encourages creativity, innovation, circularity, and facilitating the adoption of digital tools and technologies to improve efficiency and productivity in the labor market. Enhance resilience to economic shocks and crises, including those related to healthcare crises, displaced, and climate change, by promoting employment diversification and income security. Collaborate and share knowledge and best practice with other participating countries to enrich our collective understanding and effectiveness in promoting employment-intensive works. Regularly evaluate and update our strategies and policies to ensure they remain effective and relevant in the face of the changing world of work. We request that government ensure the transparency and fairness in the implementation of public employment programs, actively addressing and demonstrating zero tolerance for abuse, corruption, and political patronage to ensure opportunities reach the most deserving participants and the programs deliver intended social value. Governments address the unique challenges of fragile states and populations impacted by conflict and displacement, ensuring that employment-intensive investment approaches contribute to state building, social cohesion, peace building, and support for displaced persons. Governments advocate for stronger South-South cooperation as a cornerstone for sustainable development, fostering green jobs and resilient communities to future-proof the labor market. Government and social partners continue to promote policy coherence and enhance collaboration among implementation governance structures to ensure the effective implementation strategies of adopted policies. This includes the supporting the development of employment policies and councils at state and local levels. Government, social partners, development partners, and international and regional development banks continue to finance decent jobs, skills, and infrastructure development activities in line with the Abidjan Declaration and the AU Agenda 2063. Governments maximize the social impact of infrastructure development by ensuring projects are designed and executed in consultation with communities to meet local needs, foster social cohesion, and enhance ownership of development outcomes. Governments enact policies and promote business-friendly environments, encouraging private sector growth and job creation and address growing informality in our region. Governments stress the importance of digital skills access, noting the growing digital economy excludes many displaced and marginalized youth due to infrastructure, training, and opportunity gaps. Governments develop, strengthen, and explore innovative approaches and strategies transition from informal to formal jobs and to better empower the EIIP beneficiaries to enter into long-term employment and embark on lifelong learning and establish sustainable career paths for a better common future. We are almost there. I'm now on page 5. We've got two more to go. Government, social partners, development partners, and international and regional development banks institutionalize employment impact assessments in their programs to promote the selection of projects with the greatest employment potential. Government, social partners, and training institutions engage effectively in the discussion on job creation, skills, and other employment-related interventions to make the world of work more inclusive and protected. Development partners increase their financial commitments to support programs and initiatives focused on creating productive, decent employment opportunities and enhancing skills development and employability. International and regional financial institutions incorporate strong employment outcomes, labor conditions, and social dimensions into their financing and lending portfolios. Non-government organizations, civil society, and community-based organizations contribute to the implementation and monitoring of employment-intensive programs, leveraging their unique reach and understanding of local contexts. Educational and training institutions align their curricula with the labor market needs, ensuring that graduates have the skills required by employers and fostering employment opportunities during the implementation of infrastructure projects. The private sector invests in skills development and provides decent work conditions, recognizing their crucial role in creating quality jobs and promoting economic growth. National statistic agencies enhance their data collection capabilities to provide reliable and timely labor market information, aiding in the design and the evaluation of the impact of policies. Media outlets, they raise awareness about the importance of decent work, skills development, and lifelong learning, helping to build a society that values these principles. International bodies such as the African Union and the United Nations continue to prioritize employment and skills development in their agendas and support countries in achieving related goals. We call upon the ILO to extend its capabilities and capacities to provide EIIP technical support to countries requiring assistance in implementing this declaration. Take an active role in facilitating South-South cooperation at the regional and continental level through exchanges, sharing of experiences on good practice, including informal to formal transition strategies and sector-specific skills development. Advocate with the World Bank, the IMF, and the African Development Bank, other international and regional financial institutions, and other development partners to develop job markers and integrate stronger employment outcomes and social dimensions into their portfolios. Continued playing a vital role, not only in job creation, but in building community capacities, the implementation of international labor standards, promoting of fair wages, safe working conditions, and social dialogue. Assist in creating social dialogue mechanisms to ensure the voices of workers and employers are considered in policy-making processes. Provide technical assistance and guidance on the strategic integration of technology and AI in employment program destruction. Support governments in developing and implementing inclusive labor market policies that cater to the needs of the vulnerable groups such as the youth, work closely with government, social partners, and humanitarian and development partners in designing and implementing effective humanitarian development peace nexus strategies to mitigate the adverse impacts of social, economic shocks, displacement crises, natural disasters, and health pandemics on employment and skills development. Advocate for strong employment outcomes and social dimensions in the lending portfolios of international financial institutions, facilitate the development and the implementation of digital solutions in TIVET programs, job creation initiatives, and labor inspection mechanisms to improve accessibility, affordability, and the quality of employment in the region. Enhance knowledge sharing and capacity building on sustainable enterprise development and entrepreneurship as effective means of job creation. Monitor the implementation of the commitments in this declaration and report on progress of the implementation at the 21st Regional Seminar for Labour-Based Practitioners. And therefore we extend a heartfelt gratitude to the people of Ethiopia, the government of the Federal Republic of Ethiopia, and the Ministry of Urban and Infrastructure, the Federal Republic of Ethiopia, once again, for their warm hospitality and for the successful execution of the 20th Regional Seminar for Labour-Based Practitioners in Addis Ababa in Ethiopia. And we want to say, Ame Se Khana Lu. Thank you. I think with that we would need to find, is there anybody that wants to augment or alter any of this declaration? Is there any show of hands? Is there anybody then that wants to move for the adoption of the declaration? Okay. Great. Before we get to the adoption, I'm then asked, is there anybody that wants to share reflection in relation to the declaration that we have collectively put forth? Can you please then raise your hand? Anybody? Yes, thank you. You are recognized. Please introduce yourself.
Yeah, okay. The declaration is well crafted, but just with a few remarks that the role of social partners, especially the workers, the trade unions, should be at least signaled in the declaration. That's what I want to say. Thank you very much.
I think that is noted and that can be incorporated. One is recognizing that all of us are cognizant of the fact that we have several constituencies, which is government, labor, business, and the community. So I think we can recognize that and we will enhance and augment. Anybody else that wants to make a comment? Are we all good? Great. So let's then move for the adoption of the declaration. Who would like to move? Which country? With the amendment. Somalia. Thank you very much. And seconding would be Senegal. Great. Thank you. The declaration is adopted. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Madam. We really appreciate your support of this. Now we're going to go into the vote of thanks directly. The gentleman sitting here will be making their remarks just to say thank you to everyone who's been part of this event. So without further ado, I think we could just start with you and then proceed.
Thank you so much. The organizing committee of the 20th ILO Regional Conference, representatives of the African Union Commission, ministers and representatives of African governments, representatives of multilateral organizations, academic and research institutions, policymakers, planners, labor-based practitioners across Africa, esteemed delegates, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the government of Liberia, it is my profound honor and privilege to deliver these few remarks. I stand representing ministers and representatives of African Union member countries at the close of this truly transformative 20th ILO Regional Conference. Our gratitude extends to all countries, multilateral organizations, and academic and research institutions represented here from every corner of our vibrant continent and beyond, for your active participations, your invaluable insights, and unwavering commitment to the theme that has guided our discussions: resilient communities and a healthy environment, employment-intensive investment programs. This conference has been a beacon of hope and a crucible of ideas. We have collectively explored the vital nexus between sustainable development, environmental health, and the urgent imperative of creating decent work for our people, most especially the vulnerable population in our society, including women, marginalized youth, and persons with disability. We listen intently to the discussions on green energy development, recognizing that our future energy security must be built on domestic efforts, fostering local ingenuity and creating green jobs. The insight on the public employment program, particularly the inspiring case of Addis Ababa, reminded us that creating dignified work through public works, such as tree planting, not only transforms landscapes, but also restores human dignity. We learned that the sustaining of such initiatives requires smart budgeting and innovative revenue generation, a lesson that Liberia embraces wholeheartedly and will use to strengthen its national service program aimed at providing short-term job opportunities for vulnerable women and youth. The crucial discussions around sustainable infrastructure development, especially in the context of fragility, resonated deeply with nations like Liberia. We acknowledge the daunting transportation gap and the urgent need to rebuild trust through the robust public infrastructure. The pilot learn and skill approach offers a pragmatic roadmap for our development journey. Furthermore, the exploration of the nature-based solution and decent work has opened our eyes to the immense potential of harnessing our natural assets, resilience for economic growth and environmental protection, creating a dual dividend of jobs and ecological resilience. Additionally, the emphasis on urban infrastructure highlighted the necessity of building inclusive cities that serves all of our citizens, while technology for social inclusion and job creation underscored the transformative power of digital innovation in bridging the divide and unlocking new opportunities. To accelerate employment-intensive approaches across Africa, Liberia humbly suggests the following pathways. First, we must prioritize skills-centric investments. Every dollar spent on infrastructure, green energy, or urban development must include a significant component for vocational and technical skills training. This isn't about building things. It is about building human capacity. We must invest in demand-driven training programs that equip our youth and women with the practical skills needed for the jobs of today and tomorrow. Furthermore, we must never forget to foster domestic resource mobilization and innovative financing. While extended partnerships are valuable, the lessons learned from the Trump administration and the closure of youth programs globally must teach all of us never to lay our eggs in one basket. The President of Liberia, His Excellency Joseph Yoman Boaga, recently convened a meeting of his cabinet to strategize on domestic resource mobilization. For us, this is not a matter of words. It is part of our policy actions, believing more than ever that true sustainability lies in harnessing domestic resources. This means exploring mechanisms like green bonds, leveraging diaspora remittances and investments, and fostering public-private partnerships that genuinely benefit local communities and integrate local enterprises. We must strengthen domestic stakeholders' coordination and ownership of our national development plans. Liberia is a shining example of an inclusive national development plan, as in the RX Agenda for Inclusive Development, along with our partners and the involvement of our citizens and our local communities. It is high time we effect employment-intensive programs which require seamless coordination between government ministries, the private sector, civil society organizations, and critically, local communities. This ensured that projects meet real needs and culturally appropriate and foster a sense of ownership that guarantees long-term success. This goes without overemphasizing that when African nations embrace the product, learn, and skilled model and adapt to the unique context of our diverse nations and employ African specificities, we can systematically scale up local communities and empower our people. Lastly, we must come to the realization that technology and the new information age are with us in the 21st century. We can no longer negate the realities that investing in accessible digital infrastructure and digital literacy programs will unlock the entrepreneurial potential, enhance market access, and improve service delivery, particularly in rural and marginalized communities. For Liberia, this conference provides a clear impetus to redouble our efforts in developing robust, employment-intensive investment programs, or the ERIP framework, particularly within our technical and vocational education and training space. Liberia's new ERIP framework in TVET will strategically leverage best practices by enhancing green skill integration. We will reform our TVET curricula to directly align with the demands of green energy development, sustainable infrastructure, and nature-based solutions. This means training in solar panel installation, sustainable agriculture, and resilient construction techniques, etc. We will foster stronger partnership between TVET institutions and the private sector, ensuring the training ensuring that training is demand-driven and that graduates are readily employable. This will include formal apprenticeships and internships within employment-intensive projects. Our TVET centers will not just train job seekers, but also job creators. We have already incorporated entrepreneurship models within our service delivery. It is time to begin providing incubation support for TVET graduates to launch their own grain businesses and construction enterprises. We will establish a robust data collection and analysis mechanism to monitor the impact of our EIRP's framework, try lesson learned from other African nations. Drawing from the Addis Ababa experience, our EIRPs will be deeply rooted in community needs, engaging local communities in identifying public work projects that simultaneously address environmental challenges and create local employment opportunities. This will build trust and ownership at the grassroots level. Distinguished delegates, the work ahead is immense, but the spirit of cooperation and shared vision that has defined this 20th ILO Regional Conference gave us immense hope. Liberia stands ready to learn from the experiences, share our own, and collaborate with all of you as we collaboratively build resilient communities, nurture healthy environments, and create decent work for all Africans. Thank you very much.
So thank you so much. In the interest of time, can we try and keep it within 5 minutes? It's very important that we just keep it to the vote of thanks. And again, I'm trying to save time, so I'm just going to let you speak one after the other, if you don't mind, please. Just keep remembering that it's only 5 minutes. Thank you.
The Minister of Urban and Infrastructure, Minister Charles Tusani from the Federal Government of Ethiopia, Minister of State of Urban and Infrastructure, Minister of State, Minister Asrat, ministers present and heads of delegation, the ILO Assistant Director General and Regional Director for Africa, Ms. Fanfan Ranindo Kanyarangwa, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just going to give a vote of thanks on behalf of the participants. Indeed, at this conference, which had a theme of the 20th ILO seminar that had a theme of resilient communities and a healthy environment, the EIIP approach, we have been greatly enriched by the different papers that have been shared that have covered the different elements of the theme of the conference. We've learned about how to optimize employment-intensive investment programs in infrastructure. We've also learned about the returns on infrastructure investment. We've also learned about how we can optimize the use of climate adaptation methods, which is quite helpful in these times of climate change, very important. Also through the site visits, we're able to see different projects where we had the removal of invasive trees. We also saw the rehabilitation of the river in Addis Ababa. So we've seen a number of projects, and that will enrich our experience. We're also very grateful for the warm hospitality that we've had, the welcome cocktail that we had at the Freedom Park, very nice. We enjoyed the waterworks and the warm hospitality, and the dinner yesterday as well. We're very grateful to the people of Ethiopia for welcoming us greatly. I would like to thank the organizing committee for the great work done. It's not easy to put this together. And also, I think just on a personal note, we came for the regional seminar in 2017 in Ethiopia, and now we've come back in 2025. And we're seeing a lot of development in Addis. So would like the government of Ethiopia and the people of Ethiopia to keep up the good work in terms of development. Along this path, you're going to make a big difference in terms of the rising of Africa. So would like to convey our sincere thanks in this regard. And we've been greatly touched and capacitated with the knowledge that we've learned here. We should ensure that we continue to communicate amongst the different delegations, even between now and the next conference. And we also need to apply what we've learned so that we can make a difference in terms of employment creation, in terms of development as well. So thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. Asante sana. Siyabonga. Murakoze chane. Amase galam. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Sir, please. But I have to give you a crash course. It's Amesegenalo. Try it. You're better.
Excellences, Mesdames et Messieurs les autorités déléguées représentant les pays de l'Afrique et chers participantes et participants à cette conférence, je prends la parole ici, pas pour faire un grand discours, mais c'est pour remercier les autorités donc éthiopiennes pour tout ce qu'elles ont fait pour la réussite de cette conférence et remercier spécialement l'Organisation internationale du travail. Les approches de haute intensité de main-d'œuvre qui restent comme une théorie ont besoin d'être appliquées. Et c'est pour cela que nous les reconnaissons par la méthode qu'elles ont adoptée à vouloir mettre en place les structures de formation pour pouvoir sensibiliser et former la main-d'œuvre dont il faut pour donc nos développements respectifs dans nos pays. En effet, l'OIT, depuis presque une dizaine d'années, partie de 4 structures de formation, est aujourd'hui autour d'une vingtaine. C'est un progrès exceptionnel. Donc, aujourd'hui, l'OIT, avec son accompagnement, permet à ces structures mises en place, dont je suis le responsable du comité de pilotage, essaye d'implémenter les programmes qui permettent de préparer sérieusement les main-d'œuvre qui vont pouvoir exécuter les programmes d'approche HIMO dont tout le monde parle. Vous savez très bien que les ressources humaines doivent être préparées pour affronter tous les défis. Et dans ce sens, c'est ce que l'OIT a essayé d'implémenter. Et nous leur restons très reconnaissants, car c'est grâce à eux que nous sommes ici, parmi vous, pour participer aux travaux. Alors, je voudrais rassurer à tout un chacun ici que nos structures de formation ont pris sur elles de mettre dans les curricula de formation comme principal sujet d'étude les approches IMO. Cela devrait permettre aux apprenants de divers degrés, que ce soit des ouvriers qualifiés, que ce soit des techniciens supérieurs, que ce soit des ingénieurs de conception, à s'approprier du principe. Et ceci faisant, ça devrait permettre à l'exécution donc de cette approche pour permettre au développement harmonieux de nos États. Nous avons besoin de faire cela car dans nos structures, les programmes qui existent ne comportaient pas cela. Et donc, depuis la mise en œuvre de notre organisation, eh bien, nous avons essayé donc de changer et mettre en place ces programmes de manière à ce que tout le monde soit au courant de comment faire exécuter les approches IMO dans chaque secteur. Ce n'est pas seulement un secteur. Nous savons très bien qu'aujourd'hui, le chômage reste le problème crucial pour tout gouvernement. Et pour enrayer ce chômage, nous avons besoin de former les jeunes. Et cela peut se faire à tous les niveaux, que ce soit aux formations diplômantes, que ce soit aux formations modulaires. Eh bien, cette approche va être introduite pour permettre à la réussite donc, des objectifs que sont fixés nos États. Voilà ce que je voudrais apporter comme information et une fois encore remercier l'OIT pour tous les efforts. Je vous remercie.
Thank you, sir. And last one.
Excellences, Monsieur le ministre de l'Urbanisme et Infrastructure de la République fédérale d'Éthiopie, distingués invités, responsables de l'Organisation internationale du travail, différents participants, chers frères et sœurs, je voudrais ici remercier d'abord le gouvernement fédéral de l'Éthiopie qui nous a accueillis sur ce sol qui est la terre des origines. Merci pour leur hospitalité. Merci pour leur hospitalité, disais-je, qui est devenue légendaire. Durant tout notre séjour, nous nous sommes sentis chez nous. Maintenant, un mot par rapport à ce que nous étions venus faire ici. En gros, nous avons réfléchi ensemble comment faire participer toutes les compétences qui dorment dans nos pays, surtout à travers la jeunesse africaine, pour un développement intégral de notre continent, particulièrement dans le domaine des infrastructures, en tenant compte des nouvelles exigences des changements climatiques. Les recommandations qui ont été lues ici dans le cadre de la déclaration, si elles ne sont pas appliquées dans notre pays, ça aura été encore une conférence de plus. Mais si nous les appliquons, nos populations de base, les communautés de base en bénéficieront et ainsi nous aurons mis en œuvre toute la main-d'œuvre qui dort à travers l'Afrique. Encore une fois, nous voudrions dire merci à Messé Gilaou, aux autorités éthiopiennes. Je dis, je vous remercie.
So thank you so much, Excellencies, Madam, for the wonderful messages. And now we're having you return to your seats and be part of the whole gang to find out who the winner is. And by the way, I have another breaking news from last night. Who do you think was the winner or the best dancer? Huh? Right? Right? She was just incredible. Give her a round of applause. There's only one she on the stage, so she was like, well, first I want to thank Miss Fan Fan because she laid the dance gang, like, you know, she was like the first to pop up. Then everybody started following. Well, I was hoping my minister would follow anyway, but she was too shy about it. So, yeah, let's give it up for CJ. She did amazing. South Africa, best dancer of the year. Okay, are you ready to find out who, ladies and gentlemen, is going to organize the 21st ILO Regional Summit out of the 5 countries? Zambia, Kenya, Madagascar, Liberia, and? You're making my life difficult. So, are you ready? We had that glitch. We apologize about it. You can imagine how technology can fail us. We just found out eventually it was the Wi-Fi in this hall. The second they stepped out, the Wi-Fi was perfect. They voted in just a matter of minutes and they came back and joined us. So, without further ado, please join me in welcoming His Excellency Ato Yutumgeta Asrat, State Minister of Urban and Development, Infrastructure, to come to the stage and lead us through finding out where we are going next year. So remind me the countries again. It's Zambia, Tunisia, Zambia, Madagascar, Kenya, and we have one more, we have 5. Liberia, Tunisia, Zambia, Kenya, and Madagascar. Who do you think is going to win? No guesses. Please welcome him to the stage. Please welcome him to the stage. Excellencies, ministers, distinguished dignitaries, participants, ladies and gentlemen. Now, it's time to announce the most anticipated, the next host of the ILO Regional Conference, which will be the 21st one. But before I do so, I want to take this opportunity to thank each of you on behalf of the organizing committee for your active participation in the choosing process, for your, most of all, for your incredible, I should say it again, for your incredible patience. I thank you so much. And also thank you for all the trust bestowed upon us. You have seen kind of ups and downs discussions, kind of debates in the election process. The interest behind, the intention behind all those engagements was to make sure that at the end of the day, the process will be as democratic as possible, as fair as possible, and as transparent as possible. And I'm very proud to announce to you we achieved all this because of your patience and the support we received from the technical committee. And before I announce the next host, I want to emphasize that we voted for one country, for one candidate. Doesn't mean in any way we are diminishing the exceptional qualities of the other candidates. All of them, they have exceptional qualities. And we want to go to all of them, all the 5 countries. So now, without further ado, the winner, the host of the next ILO Regional Conference, the host of the 21st ILO Regional Conference is Zambia. Congratulations to Zambia. Congratulations to Zambia. Thank you so much. And please, a round of applause to all the other candidates. Tunisia, a very strong and incredible team. Liberia, Kenya, and Madagascar. I hope you will be getting the chance, the opportunity to host this regional conference next time. So now, allow me to invite the head of the delegation of Zambia to make an acceptance speech. I thank you so much. The head of the delegation of Zambia, please. Yes, please. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Your Excellencies, delegates, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Engineer Charles Pole. On behalf of the government and people of the Republic of Zambia, I would like to extend our sincere gratitude to all countries that supported our bid to host the 21st International Labour Conference in 2027. Your endorsement is a testament to Zambia's commitment to promoting social justice, labor rights, economic development. We appreciate the trust and the confidence you've placed in us. We look forward to working with ILO and all member states to make the upcoming conference a resounding success. Thank you very much. Asanteni sana. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you so much. That's the round of applause for the winner of the next organizer, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up for the Zambia! Woo! Congratulations. Can you stand together, Zambians, Zambian delegation? Zambian delegation, picture please. Can I ask, I think, our host, Madam Minister, and the Regional Director for ILO, and of course yourself, Toyota Mugeta, to join this picture, please. I think it should be symbolic, and anyone else who should be part of it. I don't necessarily have that list. It just came to my mind. And if there are any Zambians, you can join, definitely. Congratulations, and I guess we are going to Zambia next time. Yes? So what's the favorite food in Zambia? What do I look for in Zambia? Shima? What is it, meat? Ugali? Nah, I want something meat, some beef, some chicken. All right, congratulations to Zambians. Congratulations one more time, one more time, one more time. Congratulations. Now, we're going to move. Thank you so much. You may return to your seats. And then allow me to quickly recognize every single company that made this event a possibility. If you indulge me, just another 4 minutes I need. How was the food, the coffee, the pastry, everything that's been served to you? Are you happy about it? Hyatt Regency Hotel was serving. Okay. In that case, would you allow us to recognize our sponsors in just about 3 to 4 minutes? Would you allow me with a round of applause? I know time is of the essence. Thank you. So we're going to start with Hibber Roads Enterprise, our diamond sponsor. Thank you so much, Hibber, for investing so much money in this event. and making us proud. And another diamond sponsor is the bank you find everywhere, anywhere you turn, the purple one. That is the Commercial Bank of Ethiopia. Now with the highest tower in East Africa, with 50 plus stories building. And then the mayor of the city of Addis Ababa who made it possible for us to go through the tour and every seamless transition from point to point. The office of the mayor, we thank you so much. And these are our diamond sponsors. And of course, we go to our pride, the pride of Africa, Ethiopian Airlines, the official career. Thank you so much, Ethiopian Airlines, for always being there. And platinum sponsors include one of the best telecoms in Africa, Ethio Telecom, and its best payment system, Telebir. And then we have the Ethiopian Construction Works Corporation and the Chinese construction company CCC, China Construction Corporation Company. And then we also have another Chinese company, the China Railway Sevens Group. And we have Ethio Engineering Corporation. These are our platinum sponsors. Then we have our gold sponsors, AKGC, Baika General Business. We have Bridge Construction PLC, JMC Projects India, Kibish Construction, MCG Construction PLC, and Masai Oli General Contractor, Midrock Investment Group, and Yonab Construction. These are our gold sponsors. And our silver sponsors include Acer Construction, REC, DMC Real Estate, Gebcon PLC, and Havrim Construction company. And we have, this one is difficult, Kalpataru Projects International Limited, and Medcon Engineering and Construction, Melcon Construction, Sunshine Construction, TFG General Trading, Yenkomad or Yemrunaga Construction. And we have our bronze sponsors as follows: Tilahun Chala, Import and Export. We have Emmanuel Alabacho Contractors. We have BUCG. We have CGCOC, CSCEC, that is China State Construction and Engineering Company. And we have TCGU, again from China, CWYC, and CICO. And we have Deriva, the Verscha General Contractors, and Dreamland, and SOHS. And this one is, I am too old for this one. It's the company right underneath CICO. It's very, very difficult. Please fix your logo for next time. And our basic sponsors are Delta Oil and Ethio Canadian Business Group PLC, and FAL General Contractors, and Macro Power, and we have Tex Construction, and we have Engineer Zode Iskender. We have CWCE, and we have Core Consulting, and we have another one I cannot read. I'm sorry. It's the star, the blue star on the right, and GNY Engineering. We have Stadia, and we have another logo there, WY, I think, Pure. And one more I cannot see, I apologize, and Charcon. And finally, we have Mr. W, I don't know. Again, this is a very busy conference, and in the interest of time, we agreed that the sponsors were, publicized everywhere throughout our publications, and we agreed that we don't take too much time, reading the sponsorship. But at this point, so one more round of applause for making this possible for our sponsors. Thank you so much. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we have just 2 more speeches and 1 recap video, and we'll call it a day. Without further ado, please join me in welcoming Her Excellency Fan Fan, ILO's Acting Director General and Regional Director for Africa, to come up here and deliver the closing remarks. Please give a round of applause as she comes.
Excellency Chaltu Sani, Minister of Urban and Infrastructure, Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, Excellencies, Ministers, Deputy Ministers, and other dignitaries, UN and AU colleagues, distinguished participants, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, I'm deeply honored to address you, Excellencies and distinguished delegates, as we draw to the conclusion of the 20th ILO Regional Conference for Labor-Based Practitioners. In the past 5 days, we have seen a fusion of minds, ideas, and aspirations that have given shape to the shared vision of more resilient, inclusive, and sustainable Africa through employment-intensive infrastructure development, which is the main objective of the conference. Over the past week, shared valuable knowledge and forged stronger connections across our region. We have delved into the challenges and opportunities that labor-based approaches present, and we have reaffirmed our commitment to fostering decent work for all. We have also acknowledged the challenges, but more importantly, we have highlighted the pathways to progress, from leveraging technology to create new opportunities, to adopting employment-intensive strategies that foster inclusive growth. We have set a comprehensive agenda for action. We have seen that promoting employment-intensive infrastructure development to address unemployment and underemployment is not only the right thing to do, but it is also the smart thing to do. This approach not only creates jobs, but also contributes to sustainable development of communities by improving infrastructure and enhancing local capacities. We have also seen that the selection and use of appropriate technology is essential to ensure that infrastructure projects are labor-intensive and environmentally sustainable. We believe the integration of new technologies such as artificial intelligence, AI, into the world of work complements rather than replaces human labor. When managed effectively, technologies can be used to enhance productivity, support decent work, and reduce inequalities, then exacerbating job displacement or undermining labor rights. To manage this transformation proactively, the ILO looks forward to drafting guiding documents to ensure that the right policies and programs are in place. We appreciate that the ILO's employment-intensive infrastructure approach represents a powerful tool for promoting economic development, job creation, and social inclusion. By engaging local communities, providing training and capacity building opportunities, and prioritizing sustainability, we contribute to the long-term well-being of societies. As the world continues to face challenges such as unemployment, poverty, and climate change, the employment-intensive approach offers a viable and effective solution for building a better future for all. Excellencies, as His Excellency Tagese the Speaker of Ethiopian House of People's Representatives, said in his opening remark, this platform represents the gold standard of what inclusive and sustainable development should look like. It combines the urgency of job creation with the responsibility of environmental protection. It draws from local experience and reflects a global vision. I believe that we have surely achieved this in the last 5 days. 25 high-level technical papers were presented in this conference. It is my firm belief that as practitioners, we have learned and shared a lot of ideas, concepts, and experiences that you will apply. Repeat after me. You will apply back home. These ideas were not only drawn from the presentation, but also from the site visit of public employment programs in Ethiopia on Wednesday. At the political level, our ministers have also made concrete commitment in the ministerial declaration to institutionalize and strengthen EIIP within the national strategies and coordination structures. Your dedication to advancing labor standards and employment opportunities within the region is truly commendable. Our discussions emphasized the critical intersection of labor, technology, and sustainability. This conference has underscored the significance of our collective efforts in promoting sustainable development and inclusive growth. The insight and strategy shared here will undoubtedly guide us as we continue to implement and advocate for labor-based programs that empower communities and enhance livelihoods. Distinguished participants, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to the government of Ethiopia for its gracious hospitality and unwavering support in hosting this event. I sincerely thank Her Excellency Shaltu Sani, the Minister of Urban and Infrastructure, for being such a great host of this 20th ILO Regional Conference for Labor-Based Practitioners. Many of you may have noticed that she and state ministers in the Ministry of Urban and Infrastructure and the entire team were always around, helpful, and visible with their uniquely Ethiopian and beautiful tradition outfits. Interacting with all participants and ensuring that the conference proceedings went well. It's here that I'm supposed to say, Ames Genalahe. Ames Genala. All this could not, the 20th Regional Conference for Labor-Based Practitioners has broken the records of previous seminars in many ways. This conference recorded over 2,000 participants, 30 ministers, and 50 countries. This beautiful turnout was realized through hard work, commitment, and dedication. All this could not have been achieved without the strong leadership by the Ethiopian government and sheer hard work and determination of the National Organizing Committee, whose members worked day and night to put all this together. May I ask at this point that we raise to acknowledge and to celebrate the government of Ethiopia, the steering committee, and the National Organizing Committee. Please stand and for a standing ovation for those people, government of Ethiopia, the steering committee, and the NOC. Thank you so much. And to you, all the participants, dear participants, your contributions have been invaluable. I want to extend my deepest gratitude to you for your active participation and insightful contribution. Your expertise, passion, and engagement have enriched our discussion and inspired new perspectives. It is through your continued efforts that we will make tangible progress in our mission to promote social justice and improve the lives of workers. Excellencies, as we move forward, let us carry with us the spirit of unity and cooperation that has defined this conference. As we return to our respective countries and organizations, let us carry forward the momentum generated here. Let us translate these discussions into concrete actions that will transform the lives of our people. The commitment made here are just the beginning. It is our collective responsibility to implement, monitor, and sustain the progress we envision. The ILO remains committed, we remain committed for sure, to supporting you in these endeavors. Together we can build an Africa where every person has the opportunity for decent work, where communities thrive, and where our environment is preserved for future generations. Thank you once again for your engagement and dedication. I wish you all safe travels and may we meet again in Zambia. Having made stride in achieving the goals we have set forth. Thank you, Ames Genalahu, Asante Sana, merci beaucoup, shukran.
The Amharic is very close to fluent, right? Yeah. Thank you so much, Ms. Fanfan. It's really an incredible honor to be supported by you and your entire team in your office. Thank you so much for the unreserved support you've been providing to the ILO Regional Conference, and we look forward again to your continued support. Now that we're having the final chance to say thank you, I think, just as she mentioned, managing 2,000 plus people is not easy. It's a logistical nightmare, technically speaking. So, the one and only, even though they are a paid event organizer, we want to really recognize Flawless International Events, Yoadan herself and her entire team. Please give her a round of applause. And it's a company led by a woman. And I also want, again, although it's going to be in Her Excellency's speech, I want to recognize the organizers, Ministry of Urban and Infrastructure of Ethiopia, the ILO, the Ethiopian Roads Administration, the World Bank Group, and the African Union. The African Union for also providing us this incredible venue. Let's give them a round of applause, please. Thank you so much. Now, what we're going to do is a quick recap of what's been happening in the past 5 days here during the 20th ILO Regional Conference, and an amazing video Team Flawless has put together for us. It's a 3-minute video. Then I will call upon our host to close us officially. Please play the video.
I urge all of us to reflect deeply, not only on how far we've come, but on how far we still must go.
So this conference is not only a space to reflect on the good practices and develop new strategies, but a reminder of the values that we hold dear: the right to decent work, the imperative of social justice, the power of solidarity, and our shared humanity.
I am confident that this conference will propose clear, innovative, and actionable strategies, leveraging the approach to create jobs while fostering sustainable development.
Let us use this gathering strategically to engage on the common challenge, share good practices, and develop a set of recommendations for Africa, which all of us commit to put into practice.
If we don't make the projects or infrastructures people-centered, the people don't own them.
These projects prove that sustainability and inclusivity are not just ideals. They are actionable pathways to resilience and growth.
So we focusing to develop the technology, but also we focusing the technology to be local, labor-based.
Really, congratulations for the work of the Addis city. I lived here 6 years ago, and when I arrived yesterday, I thought I was lost because I could not really recognize the city. So really well done.
Lucky enough to spot yourself? Yes? Maybe dancing? This video was created or put together overnight by this amazing team by Flores, the technical team. Thank you so much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as nature has it, everything has to come to an end. And it's my great honor to introduce our host, as most of her staff like to describe her, as one of the most supportive, cheerful, and mother-like ministers in Ethiopia. Ladies and gentlemen, she will now take the honor of delivering the final words. Please join me in welcoming Her Excellency Al Tusani, Minister of Urban and Infrastructure of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia. Let's do better than that. It's the last one, ladies and gentlemen. We don't get another chance.
A very good afternoon, all. Excellency Mrs. Fanfan, Regional Director for ILO, honorable guests, distinguished delegates, and esteemed colleagues. I stand before you to formally bring to the close the 20th ILO Regional Conference for Labor-Based Practitioners. Over the past few days, we have shared invaluable insights, engaged in thoughtful dialogue, and reaffirmed our shared commitment to build resilient communities and a sustainable environment through the Employment Intensive Investment Program, EIP. This conference has served as the testament to the power of collaboration, innovation, and shared vision in advancing inclusive and people-centered development. Allow me to express my heartfelt gratitude to the International Labour Organization for its steadfast leadership and technical guidance. Not only in the convening this important platform, but also in consistently championing labor-based approach that empower communities and promote decent work. I would also like to extend our sincere thanks to Ethiopian Road Administration, whose dedication and professionalism played a central role in ensuring the success of this gathering. Our deep appreciation also goes to our esteemed institutional partner, the Africa Union Commission and the World Bank, whose strategic engagement and unwavering support have enriched the depth and breadth of our deliberations. We are especially grateful to the Addis Ababa City Administration for its support and participation in ILO-led initiatives. The city active engagement across the programs stands as a model of urban leadership and it demonstrates its commitment to employment-intensive sustainable development. We are equally thankful for the generous contribution from the private sectors whose financial, material, and logistical support underscore the indispensable role of esteemed partnership in driving sustainable infrastructure and including inclusive growth. To the National Organizing Committee, your diligence and foresight ensured that this conference was both meaningful and memorable. Your efforts deserve the highest recognition. Put hands together for National Committees, please. As we conclude, let us reflect on what we have achieved together. We explored strategies to harness the full potential of employment-intensive investment, integrating job creation, social protection, and climate resilience into infrastructure development. We addressed policies that promote inclusive economic opportunities, particularly for Africa's youth, whose aspiration and energy define the continent's future. These discussions have underscored the need for stronger solidarity among governments, development agencies, civil societies, and the private sector as we navigate the realities of climate change, post-pandemic recovery, and rapid urbanization. And yet, amid these challenges, we have seen clear evidence for the transformative potential of unity and innovation. Right here in Ethiopia, we are working to translate this potential into action. Our Green Legacy initiative has mobilized citizens across the nation to plant over 40 billion seedlings in just 4 years, restoring degraded land and promoting ecological regeneration. Likewise, urban development projects such as the Addis Ababa Riverside Green Development illustrate how integrated infrastructure can deliver both environmental and socio-economic dividends. These are not merely projects. They are proof that employment-intensive strategies are not only viable, but essential for sustainable progress. As we return to our respective countries, I urge all of us to carry the spirit of this conference forward. Let us move from dialogue to action, from commitment to measurable impact. To all participants, your insights, patience, and active contributions have been the cornerstone of this conference's success. Your presence is a reminder that when we work together, we can shape a more just, inclusive, and prosperous Africa, and the world as well. Ethiopia, the land of origins, is honored to have hosted this important milestone. It is a land of where cultures, ideas, and partnership converge, and we look forward to continue this journey with each of you hand in hand. On behalf of the government of Ethiopia and the Ministry of Urban and Infrastructures and partners, with that, I now have the honor to officially declare the 20th ILO Regional Conference for Labor-Based Practitioners closed. I wish all the best for the hosting 21st. Have safe flight for all of you. I wish all the best for all participants. አመሰግናለሁ. Thank you. Merci beaucoup. Asante sana.
Is this how you thank the final speaker? What's going on here, Africa? Thank you so much. It's been, go on, I will call you up, don't worry. It's been a complete pleasure. Thank you, be seated. We have just one more thing to do. Yes, please be seated. I like unique ideas, so I want to have all my ministers standing just before the table facing that way. All ministers and heads of delegations only, where the guy is, where Fasil is. Heads of delegations led by the minister, please line up facing that way. We're going to have a big picture. Yes, in front of the TV, right there, yes, facing everybody. Ministers and heads of delegation. Ministers and heads of delegation. And then, እሱ መሀል ያሉትን ካሜራዎች በሙሉ አውጡልኝ እዚህ መሀል ላይ እዚህ ሁለቱ ካሜራዎች እነሱ yes yes አረጋለሁ እነዚህ ሁለት ካሜራዎች ከመሀል አውጡልኝ ይቅርታ እነሱ እሱንን ይሄኛው እሺ please make sure we can see you please make sure we can see you and then delegations from each country please come and stand on these chairs starting from my spot here delegation